All right, monkeys, can you guys hear me? How about now? I'm assuming you guys can. Let me check this shit. Audio. Yeah, I think I'm hot. I think I'm ready to go. Hey, thanks, CHD. I'm glad you like the shirt. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel, monkeys. We've got a badass show tonight. El pinche Nellyville, bro. You popped out of nowhere, dog. You popped out of nowhere, man. Yeah, we got a pretty damn good show tonight. We're gonna cover some of the tokens that I am bullish on. Of course, I try to get tokens that are a great buy or have a great potential to run to the upside. So I've also got the fragrance of the evening. Nelly, I know you're gonna love that. But first and foremost, let's give a shout out to the first person in the chat. And that is none other than Siege D. Howdy. And then he says, first crypto stream. Hey, welcome to the channel, man. Give this video a like, subscribe. We are going to hit up the memes. And then we're going to hit up a couple coins. So you guys know which coins we're going to hit up today. I want to hit up Bitcoin. I'm going to try to do a little bit of Ethereum. Definitely want to hit up Phantom, Illuvium, Pulse Chain, Hedron, and Oath. If we got time, we will definitely hit up doggone EHEX. So we've got a pretty damn long list right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can knock out, monkeys. I'm sure we'll have a freaking dope ass freaking stream. Again, shout out to Siege D. Thank you for giving me a compliment on the shirt. I like being flamboyant with my shirts, if anything. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He's the one that taught me that shit. You always want to stick out with the way you dress, man. A lot of us dudes, in my opinion, I think a lot of us dudes take dressing or take our style for granted. And I think it's something very important. I think it's something that our parents should have taught us. Of course, I understand that if some of our parents are from the greatest generation or some of our parents are boomers, it really didn't matter in their times. But in our times, it's a little bit different. Maybe if you're living in Colombia or in Mexico or in a place that's a little bit more freaking conservative, you really don't need to stand out too much with your style. But here in the States, man, you definitely need to freaking stand out with the style. So food for thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. Let's hit up the freaking memes. Dude, I tell you one thing, dog. I definitely tell you one thing. Yeah, and true. Facts, Nellyville. I'll tell you, give me a second. So we got a lot of alpha. We're going to cover some badass shit. But it is damn difficult, man, finding freaking memes for you cats, man. Half of the battle sometimes is actually finding some dope-ass memes. Yeah, you find some funny memes out there or interesting memes, but nothing really that deeply catches the eye. Of course, majority of the memes that I do are pretty hilarious, and some of them are in Spanish, but then I do some other videos which are insightful as to how hard men really have it, man, how much society needs us, and how freaking people take us for granted. I'm sure you cats saw the freaking oil rig meme that I had put up last time, man. And dude, it gives you an insight to what it's like working on the freaking oil rigs, especially down here in Texas, bro. Shit gets hot, bro. It gets freaking hot. And if you ever go into a construction site in Texas, man, you see all these Mexican dudes, bro, working on top of freaking roofs of houses, bro, and 109-degree weather, bro, with some human ass freaking heat, dude. And I think society has taken that for granted. So hence sometimes I show a little bit of that. But nonetheless, let us hit up the memes. Let's see what we got on the memes, son. Let's see what we got on the memes. I'll probably also try to hit you guys up with the freaking gear of the day. And I think gear of the day is important as well. But let's go into some quick ass freaking memes. And this is the first meme. Let's hit this sucker up. I know a lot of you guys are going through that, man, especially with your family members or friends that you're trying to ape into the market. You know what I mean? But just understand, cats. Understand, freaking, when you're getting a family member or friend into the crypto space, I try to stick to at least half of the bag or 75 of the bag in ETH. You know what I'm saying? Or if they're really conservative, if they're boomers and stuff like that, or if they're freaking Gen Xers that aren't too freaking high speed on freaking shit like crypto or stuff like that, I put them on with Bitcoin. That's for family members and stuff like that. I understand Hex is very freaking enticing right now, and so is freaking Pulse Chain and all these other badass freaking coins, Fame. But A lot of these newbies don't understand that, man. And I think that's kind of hard to bring somebody brand new and put them into some of the most volatile freaking tokens. Now, if they're motivated and if they're young, hey, man, go for it, bro. But make sure you keep half of their portfolio in Ethereum. Not financial advice, but this is when you're helping out your family member or friends. I'm saying, let's go on to the next meme. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde está el otro meme? And the next meme, bro, it's this one. Here we go. And you know what's funny about this, man? You know what's really hilarious about this shit? What's really funny about this, man, is that a lot of cats at work, bro, when Bitcoin hit 15,000, people were talking mad smack, bro, saying, no, crypto's dead. Crypto's not going to come back. Bitcoin's done. And I've told this to people before, especially where I work at. Like, dude, you know how many times people have said that, bro, when Bitcoin hits its bottom? It's happened already 3 or 4 times, bro, where Bitcoin has gone through its bear market. They're like, nah, but this time is different. And then Bitcoin does a badass run up, bro, and everything else pumps with it. And then what happens? What happens? Hey, man, how do I get into crypto, bro? Bro, I was telling you how to get into crypto back then. I mean, you could still make some profits and stuff like that. But, dude, you missed out on the best buys. I've got a buddy at work. Shout out to him. He's from Mexico. Good friend of mine, man. He actually introduced me to certain parts of Mexico that I really liked, you know? And I was telling him, man, bro, you got to buy freaking Bitcoin, bro. He goes, but he's telling me in Spanish, like, no, hombre, no va a hacer nada. Bitcoin, ya murió el Bitcoin. So he's saying Bitcoin's dead. So yesterday I was talking to him and I was like, hey, bro, ¿te acuerdas que te estaba diciendo que Bitcoin iba a correr? ¿Cuántas veces te dije? ¿Cuántas veces te dije que compraras? Me dijiste, no, Boogie, me dijiste un chingo de veces. Me dijiste, yo sé que la cagué. Basically, let me translate for that, you guys that you don't speak Spanish. I told him, how many times did I tell you to buy Bitcoin, bro? I told you a bunch of times. And how many times did I tell you? He goes, dude, you told me a bunch of times. You told me a bunch of times and I screwed up. I screwed up, man. How do I buy now? So now I'm like, dude, hold on buying. And this is my homie. I'm just trying to freaking give him some insight, what I know about technical analysis. And I told him, you got to wait for a dip, bro. Wait for a dip. Hold on to that dinero. And we'll end up swapping out for some ETH. You know what I'm saying? He goes, all right, good to go. And we got him a little bit of ETH, man. We got him a little bit of ETH. Good guy, bro. Good guy. But, hey, man, it is what it is. Some people just have to learn by freaking fire. You know what I'm saying? Some people just have to learn by fire, bro. And just that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's hit up the first freaking coin tonight, which is going to be Bitcoin. Boring ass freaking Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll hit up some of the other tokens. We'll go on to the freaking fragrance of the evening later on tonight. But here we are with Bitcoin. And let me go ahead and Control Z this shit. Bitcoin's current value is actually at 40,000, almost 40,000 flat, 40,096. It went up from 95 to 96. And I drew up this big ass white line here, man. I actually made it, how many pixels? 4 pixels. Because I knew that 40,000 was a great psychological area of support. I had mentioned that I didn't think we were going to go lower than 40,000 because, again, it's a support line that a lot of people are not willing to drop because it's a flat number, 40,000. And we did dip below it, and that was on January the 24th, but not by a lot. Then the next day we shot back up. And then we did a little wick to the downside, and people said, see, we went down to 38, but that was really just a wick. And it looks like we've been prancing or bouncing on the side of about 40,000. That's what it seems like. And it's in between these two lines of resistance, which or support and resistance, which is about 40,335 and 40,000 flat. Now, I did see, I haven't verified this. I've just turned on my computer right now. When I was trying to get everything prepped for you guys, I did my little workout, came back home, and then I turned on my computer. I set up my freaking stream ready to go, and I see a text message from one of my buddies. Let me go and read it to you guys. But I haven't had time to confirm this, so you guys may want to look into this. And some data is better than no data, if anything. Know what I mean? And this is what he sent me. Shout out to my boy Brandon. And this is from whale.guru on doggone Twitter. It says, Justin, U.S. government files notice to sell 130 million worth of Bitcoin seized from Silk Road. And this is from watcher.guru. He sent us this shit. I haven't verified it, but I did want to mention it. Let me see if I can find it over here for you guys. Watcher.guru. Because if this is the case, bro, we may end up dipping a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But that would be kind of odd because we would be pushing already too deep into the cycle. You know what I mean? And I think we're at about day 70 already from what I'm seeing. And I'm not seeing this post anywhere on their Twitter account. So if you guys know anything about that, it is Little Green Whale, watcher.guru on Twitter. Check it out. I think they did post something of that nature. It does have a gold check mark that the government intends to sell 120 million of Bitcoin, which they did have on the Silk Road. So I'm not seeing here, cats. So let's see what else this entails. So looking back at the chart, if I grab this freaking time chart or this time tool, we are currently at about, we are about day 70. And I'm thinking that January 23rd was the low and we've started a new cycle. So if that watcher.guru freaking post is real and we dump some more, dude, I don't know how much more we can go. Maybe up over here to 75 days. So that would put us around January 28th, give or take. If that were to happen, we might end up getting an 80-day mark, but those are pretty damn big anomalies, if anything. Know what I mean? Now, I am noticing that we are scaffolding a little bit to the downside. And what do I mean by that, cats? Let me go ahead and grab this freaking drawing tool right here. Look what we're doing. So we're coming down, we're pulling back up, we're coming down, we're pulling back up, and that's creating support and resistance. So when we do come back up, it's going to be a little bit of a battle to continue to the upside. But with Bitcoin, I think that as soon as the market cap increases, all these areas are going to be pretty easy to break. These are not stocks, if anything. Let's check out where we're at our EMA ribbon, and the EMA ribbon does seem like it wants to flip. So the red portion does seem like it wants to come to the upside, and the yellow portion does seem it wants to come to the downside. And this is on the daily. We still got to check it on the weekly. The weekly tends to be stronger than that of the daily. So, and everything seems pretty tight, so I'm expecting we're not going to get a lot of movement over here on Bitcoin. So we may continue oscillating on this $40,000 level. Let's see where we open up tomorrow at 7, see where Bitcoin goes. That may set a trend. Mind you, if we do maintain this $40,000 level, I think by Sunday or by tomorrow, and we keep this level, we'll probably continue keeping it, and we'll probably run to the upside. And that would make sense to me because, as stated, we are already at about day 70 of the freaking of the 60-day cycle. So that's what I'm noticing. Now, as far as the moving averages go, we do have a little bit of resistance here to the upside. Of course, the first side is 40,288. And then the next area we do have to compromise is 41,733. And then we would have to fight up here at about 42,925 or 43,000. As far as the 100-day moving average, if you see this dotted line right here, that's moving to the upside, that is acting as an area of support. So we have dual support here with this white line, and then we have another form of support here with this 100-day moving average, give or take. Know what I mean? And that's what Bitcoin is entailing at the time being. Let's see how we're doing on our RSI. See how the RSI is doing. Now, on the RSI, it does seem that we are below 50%, and we're currently trending at about 39%. So this would give me a signal to go buy a little bit of Ethereum. Now, we do have Bitcoin maxis that all they want to do is buy BTC. but I would do Ethereum instead. I prefer Ethereum, and Ethereum, let's hit that up next. Ethereum is at a fabulous freaking price, son. I love the freaking value of Ethereum right now. Of course, I like Ethereum under 2,200 bucks, but the price where it's at now is not bad at all. Let's see where we're at with ETH. ETH's current value is 2,221. And I had mentioned a while back that I like ETH under freaking doggone 2,200 bucks, but I would not miss this opportunity of getting some ETH at about 22.21. What's $21 difference, if anything? You know what I mean? And it does seem like we are printing. What's this? An inverted hammer. For you guys that don't know what an inverted hammer is, of course, you have to wait for confirmation. And let me zoom in so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. You see this candle right here? That looks like an upside down hammer. Usually when we get those, that signals a reversal in the market. So let's see where we're at. And it does seem that we came here to the downside. We are bouncing on this outside portion of this descending triangle's external line. And we did pierce into it, but it may be that we're reversing and we're going to start breaking to the upside. Now, if you guys notice this yellow line that's going up and this green line that's running to this side, that would be an ascending triangle, if anything. But we do need to climb back in there in order for us to be safe. Of course, when I say that we wait for confirmation after we see something like an inverse hammer, we have to see where we print tomorrow. Of course, this is UTC time. And this is relatively new. I think this candle has printed since 7-8. It's been about 2.5 hours active. So we need more time to see where this candle is going. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me show you guys another example of what I mean. See if I can find one here for you cats. I don't think I can find one right here so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Any data that I can get you guys is what I want to show you. Look over here. Grab this freaking drawing tool, and you can see this little inverted hammer right here. We came to the upside, went back down. This inverted hammer came up, and then we shot to the upside. So it doesn't always play out that way, but it is good data to have, and it's good to know if things do get bullish. So I would take that inverted hammer and I would buy a little bit of freaking Ethereum. Of course, if it dumps, that's also a good thing, especially for you cats that haven't had the opportunity to ape into this market. It is a good time to get Ethereum. As far as the EMA ribbon goes, we do have the EMA ribbon acting as an area of resistance to the upside. But what I'm liking about the EMA ribbon is that the top portion is yellow, which entails that we'll probably continue going to the upside, if anything. Know what I mean? Now, let's see what this sucker looks like with its Bollinger Bands. Its Bollinger Bands are saying that we do have a little bit of room to run to the downside, which is this first yellow line, which is within this external part of the ascending triangle, and we are below the 20-week moving average. So we've got space to the downside and the upside. But again, I would not take this for granted, and I would get a little bit of ETH, especially if I don't have any ETH in my freaking bag. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Now, this does not apply to you cats that already have BTC, because that is what's stabilizing your portfolio, if anything. Know what I mean? Let's turn this off. And this is what I'm noticing on ETH. If I grab a trend line and I pull it up this way, it's probably telling me that it's going to continue bouncing on there. Of course, if I pull it from here all the way up over here, we did pierce a little bit to the downside on the weekly. Now, since we are looking at this on the weekly, let's go over to the DXY, because the DXY is inverse to that of Bitcoin. And whenever the DXY is rallying, Bitcoin tends to dump. Of course, when the DXY dumps, Bitcoin rallies. And that's an opportunity for you cats to freaking do a little bit of swing trading, not financial advice. Let's see where the DXY is at. Now, the DXY, let's put this sucker on the weekly. It does seem that we are rallying to the upside, and we did get a little, not an inverse hammer, but a regular hammer. And the hammer also entails that there's going to be a possible market reversal. Now, what I'm hoping for, as far as the DXY goes, if you see these two candles right here, the first one was printed on December the 4th, and the second was printed on December the 11th. These two candles right here can be an area of resistance. So if we grab this freaking trend line over here and we pull it this way, see what I mean? It's going to have to fight that area of resistance before it's in the safe zone. So it may be right now that we'll hit that bottom portion or that top portion, and then we'll bounce back down to the downside, and we'll continue on this trend line over here, which will mean that the crypto market will end up rallying. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Areas that we do have to compromise on the DXY, if you want more dip, is about the 105.871 level. And then the next area we have to look at would be here. And this is a shitload of freaking support rate or resistance right there, man. 106.619. So those are the three markers we do need to compromise if we want Bitcoin to dump and we get more of a buying opportunity, if anything, cats. So food for thought. Food for thought. Let's check out the chats. See what the chats are saying. Let's see. And we got a bunch of people here, man. We got a bunch of people here. CG stated, I need to learn Spanish, especially if I'm in Florida. I speak redneck pretty well, though. Hey, man. I think you'll do fine with Spanish, bro. It's not that hard. And look, man, if Puerto Ricans can get away with it, shout out to my Puerto Rican homies. If they can get away with it by not rolling their R's, you'll be fine, Siege. Because Mexicans, what do we say? Perro. That means dog. But Puerto Ricans, they say perro. They don't say the whole freaking word, and they don't roll their R's, man. So if they can get away with it, you can get away with it, man. You know what I'm saying? No todo el tiempo necesitas hablar el español perfecto. So you can get away with that, bro. I said not all the time do you need to speak freaking Spanish perfect. Story for you, cat. Story time. So my very first job, I was 18 years old. The very first job I ever had, I'm talking about officially, that I was actually being paid with an actual paycheck. I used to be a sales clerk at a convenience store. And in Texas, we get a lot of what we call winter Texans. I think some of you cats call them snowbirds. We call them winter Texans because they come down to Texas during the winter. We get people from Minnesota. We get people from Canada. And I was about 18. I remember I was working at this convenience store. It's a funny story, man. A lot of you cats are probably going to think this is very racist, but I didn't take it that way. I was there at the convenience store, man, and this older white lady, she came in and she smiled. She had a big old smile on her face, and she goes, I don't know how to say this. Sir O, do you know where the Arvio Parco Atto? I'm serious. She told me that, man. And I'm like, yeah, it's just to go down the street and take a right. I think the nice little Dream RV parks there. So, oh, thank you. She was a very nice old lady. She didn't mean to do that, man. I get it. She was just ignorant to the fact. I just thought it was funny, bro, because I had only seen people talk like that in freaking movies. You know what I'm saying? It immediately reminded me of that old school freaking comedy for you Gen Xers, bro, and you older millennials, the Tres Amigos, the Three Amigos from back in the day, man. It freaking reminded me of that. That's the first thing I thought of, bro, when she mentioned that to me. You know what I'm saying? So enough with story time, man. Let's go back to the chats, bro. We got Cassie, Kelly. Hey, Boogie. Hey, what's popping? What's popping? The D-Gen Roundtable is here. And then we got my homie, freaking Moonpill Rational Optics, saying what's up to Siege. And Ascending Man, my boy, blame it on the Boogie. Yeah, man. Damn straight. And look who we got here. We got the D-Gen Roundtable. What's good, Boogie? Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, man. I'm doing fabulous, bro. I'm doing fabulous. What else we got in here, man? So yeah, that's what we got, bro. So I thought that was a pretty damn funny story, bro. I thought that was a pretty damn funny story, if anything. Yeah. Let me close this shit up. All right. Let's move on to the next token, and then we will hit up the fragrance of the day. let's see what do we want to do next, man. Let's see what we want to do next. You know what? Let's do some hex. Let's do some e-hex because I am bullish on e-hex. And I know the DGen Roundtable is bullish on e-hex as well. But first, you guys have to give a like to this video. Like this video, share this video, tell your friends about me. Help me get to 1,000 likes. I would be at about maybe 400 subscribers right now if my last channel didn't get nuked. And you know why I got nuked? Because I was holding these suckers, giving you guys a little review while we were live. And as per frickin' YouTube standards, you can't do that while you're live. Retarded, I know. I know. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let's go over to some e-hex, man. Let's see what e-hex is entailing. All right. I've got this freaking chart prep for you cats. So e-hex current value is at about 3 zeros and a 7.9. Damn, son. That's a freaking fabulous ass price, dog. Now, I did draw this out a couple days ago. We are currently at about day 3. We are day 3 of its new 20-day cycle. That's what I'm noticing on e-hex. So is right now a good time to buy? Hell freaking yeah, bro. I think e-hex is at a fabulous freaking price. It's at 79% of a penny. Dude, wow. This is, you know what? I might get some e-hex. I'm going to probably buy some e-hex later on tonight, bro, because I do not want to pass this up. It does seem like we are going for a dip. Now, this yellow box signifies areas of support and resistance. And we do have this giant yellow box as a giant area of support. I am hoping that we come at least halfway down the box. That would put us at about 71% of a penny. We're currently at 79% of a penny, and we are only on day 3. For you guys that don't know your 20-day cycles, on average, you will see an altcoin, not all the time, not all altcoins, but the vast majority of them, especially the ones that are good projects like Hex. They will run, you will see it run up to 14 days, up to 21 days when it will hit another dip. So what I'm meaning, for example, look at this. We got this dip right here, and that was on January the 3rd. And for 17 days, or better stated, for about 20 days, we ran. We ran to the upside. We went to the lowest point. We ran to the upside, boom, and then we got another dip right here. So that signified the end of the 20 days. And anywhere from 14 to 20 days is usually where we get to the next dip. It could be a lower low, a higher high. But right now is not a bad time to get some e-hex. And I would definitely get some e-hex. Now, being a little bit more freaking elaborative as to where we are on e-hex and what areas of support we do have, let's go ahead and grab this freaking big-ass trend line over here. And I am noticing that we do have support right here. And let me make this a little bit thicker for you cats, because I know you guys can barely see, and I know freaking people like Tex-Mex are always freaking driving and shit. And it's difficult to see while you're driving. Let me see if I can change the pixels on this, bro. Boom. Let me see if I can change the color. Let me change it to white. You guys can see it right there. That is an area of support that we do have. I am hoping that we do come down to this area of support, because I will love to buy more at 75% of a penny. But right now is not a bad time to get some e-hex, in my opinion. Now, the highest point that or the areas that we do need to compromise on e-hex is at about, let me see. Let me go over here, put this about that. I grab this freaking line over here, and look at this shit. We got this area of support we do need to compromise, and that would be at exactly almost 1 penny. And then above that, we would have to compromise the area of about 1 penny and 12% of another penny. And that's the areas that we do have to run to the upside. Let's activate the Bollinger Bands. There's plenty of room to run to the downside. If we put up our 50-day moving average, 100 and 200, dude, the closest one to us is the 100 below us. But first, we do need to freaking be capable of breaking past 79% of a penny. So food for thought, cats. I know I've said this multiple times, especially on this token right now. It is not at a bad place to buy. So not financial advice, great token to buy. And I think e-hex will do fabulous. And I think a lot of people are taking it for granted. Another thing that you can do with e-hex, and I've said this so many damn times, get your freaking T-shares. Get your freaking T-shares, especially now. Now, I would focus on T-shares running up to the year, maybe early 2026, late 2025, but I would do most of my freaking T-shares up to 2025 for EHEX. If I'm doing PHEX, then I would probably stake them out also for 2024 and 2025, but I would do more EHEX ones. Now, for the PHEX ones, I would focus more on the longer term ones for like 2027 or 2028, because I think by that time, Richard Hart will be good to go with his freaking case. Now, I am hoping that my theory is wrong, and I'm hoping that my theory is wrong, and freaking Richard Hart does win his case, or he does get his case dropped. Of course, I do think he's going to win it, but I'm assuming that the SEC will drag their feet the way they're dragging their feet with the Ethereum ETF, the way they drug their feet with the Bitcoin ETF. And the courts got time for that shit, man. They got all the time in the world, and they are super duper slow. So I ran some number crunches to that, and I ran the number crunch on XRP's case from the time they got sued to the time they were cleared from the court systems. And I did the same numbers on the Pulse Chain ecosystem. And dude, you're talking about maybe early 2026 at the earliest. So by that time, the freaking bull run will be over. And that's why I'm saying it's a good idea to focus on EHEX. Now, I'm not saying PHEX is not going to do good. I'm not saying Pulse Chain is not going to do good. But I'm just saying I really do think EHEX is going to do fabulous. And it would not surprise me if Richard gives us a PulseX airdrop. So food for thought, cats. Food for thought, homies. Food for thought. Now, let's go over, see what other coin we got. What other coin we got? You know what? Let's do the fragrance of the evening. This is for you, Nellyville. All right. Fragrance of the evening is one of my favorites. It's great for the office. And I'm not going to say it's boring, but it doesn't evolve much. Nowadays, like in the 90s, you had some fragrances and they had like maybe 3 notes to them, and that was it. And in the 80s, it was the same deal. And then in 2000 and then in the times we are now, we are a little bit more sophisticated with our fragrances, and they evolve, and the dry down's different. Well, this one's pretty damn simple, but it is freaking pretty dope. And I give this sucker an 8.5 out of 10, and that's Prada alone, man. This is great for the office, and the ladies love it. For you guys that like running this. I don't know what it runs for. I think you could probably get it for about 120, but this is a classic, man. The back is black. It's got a plastic top, man. The freaking atomizer is pretty damn strong. And it smells like iris, bro. So iris smells a little bit like lipstick, bro, but it is a beautiful fragrance. I don't usually say the word beautiful a lot, but that's the only word I could find for this damn fragrance. And I think it's pretty damn good, man. Prada alone, a must-have for the collection, cats. A must-have. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys can find that Prada alone Intense, that is great for a rainy day. It's a little bit darker version of this one, man. But this one is pretty damn fire. Food for thought, cats. And that's for you, Nellyville. This shit is good, bro. This shit is good, son. Now, let's go over to the next token, homie. Let's go over to the next token. Oh, dude, maybe I'll show you guys the gear of the day as well. Let's see if time gives us permission to. You know what I'm saying? And I think for you AK nuts, you're going to like this gear. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys like running AKs. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next token. Let's go check out the pulse bubbles. Let's go check out the pulse bubbles, son. Vamos a ver. Do I have them up? Let me check. Make sure it is safe. Bear with me, cats. Where the hell are my freaking pulse bubbles, dog? Dude, why the frick is this token running? It makes no sense to me. All right. Here we go. Let's go over to gopulse.com bubbles. And, dude, I don't know what's up with this damn NBA token, bro. If you guys could tell me about it, I don't know a damn thing about NBA, but it is within the Pulse Chain ecosystem. And it's at 109% today. It is running pretty damn strong. It seems like everything in the Pulse Chain ecosystem is doing pretty damn well. We've even got the big bonus coin over here running at 26%. Pulse Doge is running at 20%. Dude, if you guys can comment on the chat, what the hell is Time Pays Me? I have no idea. I know it's Matty Allen's freaking token. I haven't had time to research it. So if you cats can drop some freaking alpha at the bottom, bro, that would be great. We do have Hex running at 1.7%, and we have the loan token running at 1.3%. The BFF token running at 33%, and the T-bill token running at about 17.99. We also have Texan running pretty hard. Teddy Bear running pretty hard as well. And PUSDT. Those are probably the hottest tokens. Right now, it does seem like Pulse X is dipping, and even Ink is pumping a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, cats. Food for thought, homies. So let's go over to Phantom. Phantom. Dude, Phantom, again, being redundant. Phantom is at a fabulous price. Ejai is A1 Crypto. He's the one that I picked up a little bit of my technical analysis from. He's also a big-time Phantom bull. And, dude, it does seem like we already hit our recent low with our 20-day cycles. Because as you can see here, it says 14 bars. So from this day here, where you see this blue candle with the giant-ass wick on January 8th, all the way here to about January 23rd, that was 14 days. And it does seem we finished our cycle on that bad boy. So currently, we are at about day 3. And the value of Phantom right now is at 33 cents. Now, if we only count the bottom portions of the candles where we hit our low for its last 20-day cycle, you're talking about at what, 32 cents? So you're only really about a penny up from 32 cents. So is now a good time to buy? I would say yes, not financial advice, cats. It is at a fabulous price point as far as Phantom goes. We can see that the doggone Head and Shoulders played out pretty damn well. I know frickin' TA On-Chain is going to hate the fact that I'm mentioning this. He hates frickin' Head and Shoulders, but I do have to cite it. So we came up here, bounced back up, shot back down here, came back up here, and then we came all the way down to this side. So we did break apart from 50 cents all the way to 40 cents, all the way down to 33 cents. 3 main barriers that we did break through, and I would capitalize that on you cats that are bullish on getting a little bit of FTM. Let's see where we're at with the EMA ribbon. Now, one thing I am noticing about the EMA ribbon, it is flipping. It is flipping, guys. And the red portions does seem like it wants to come to the downside. But we do have this 200 EMA that's associated to the EMA ribbon that is acting as a badass area of support. And that's what's holding up the current value of freaking Phantom. Now, Phantom does need to compromise this area of 34 cents or 34 cents. But the real area it needs to beat before it continues moving to the upside is over here at about 37 cents. We would need to close on Sunday at about 37 cents to know that Phantom is safe and we're no longer going to dip, at least not for the next 20 days, give or take. Now, let's go ahead and measure our Phantom. Let's take a little measurement tool. Again, as stated, we are on day 3 of Phantom. If we pull it all the way up over here to day 14, that would be February 6th. That would be when we could see a lower low or a higher low, if anything. That could be the start date. All the way up over here to about February 13th, give or take. I think February 13th is Valentine's Day. I don't know. Quote me on that, cats. Quote me on that. Now, if Phantom does come to the downside, I will probably ape in. I would like to catch Phantom over here at about 28 cents. I think that would be pretty damn gangster. Now, let me turn off the EMA ribbon. And I didn't want to see the Bollinger Bands. Let me see. 200. Boom. So we do have currently the 100 moving average at about the same price point of about 34 cents. It's in that area. And it does seem like it will probably continue running to the downside. I'm not seeing much areas of support. I am seeing a little bit of support over here at about 31 cents before we come down here to 28 cents. But 31 cents, you could pretty much round that off over to about 30 cents for the reason being that because it's a round number, it's probably a psychological level, if anything. You know what I'm saying, cats? So that is Phantom. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got on the charts. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got on the charts. All right, Large and in charge. Hey, what's up, amigo? Mr. Large and in charge. Matty Allen made up a secure version of MetaMask, and he let you get an incentive of time. You leave coins in a wallet. He pays. Interesting. I might have to dive into that. I do remember seeing Matty Allen talking to Richard one of his streams, and he was explaining to him time pays me. So, and Richard did say on that stream, I don't know if he was doing it to be nice, but he did say that's a good project. I remember him saying that. And I know Matty Allen's pretty damn hardcore when it comes to freaking Hex. He is a Hex maxi, you know what I'm saying? So food for thought. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over to a little bit of Illuvium, cats. A little bit of ILV. Now, ILV is perfectly on this beautiful area of support. Look at this beautiful ass chart, man, that ILV printed, bro. Of course, beautiful, what I mean that it's following all the trend lines and the Fibonacci retracements. And currently, Illuvium is sitting at $72. And that would put us at about an 18-day freaking 20-day cycle. Maybe that's low. If we put the EMA ribbon up, it does seem a little bit bearish, and we are under the 200 EMA. So we may continue over here to about $64. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm hoping it does come down that low so you cats can get in on a little bit of Illuvium. That will be a great buying point. Let's see what it looks like with the MACD. See what the MACD entails as far as Illuvium goes. Turn off the damn histogram. Now, Illuvium does seem somewhat bearish. Not a lot, though, on the daily. Of course, this could turn on a dime and reverse to the upside. Nevertheless, if you guys do want to get a little bit of ILV, now's not a bad time. Now is definitely not a bad time, son. ILV is at a damn good price. And if it does come down lower, buy some more. Not financial advice, cats. Not financial advice. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. But first, let's put these up. All right, let's go to the weekly. And Illuvium is kind of scaffolding to the downside. Let me go ahead and remove this sucker here. Now, boom. Now, it does seem like it's scaffolding to the downside. So it's coming down, it's shooting up, it's coming down, it's shooting up, and then it's coming down. And on the 200-week moving average here at about the weekly, we are also at about $61, give or take. Or, I'm sorry, at the 50-day moving average. So that would be our next area of support. If I look at history on Illuvium, if you see these two candles right here, those would be your areas of support, and that would be at about $65.83. Currently, we are using these two candles of support, which is exactly at $72 or at $72. That candle was printed on March 13th and March 20th, if anything. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So that's what we got as far as freaking Illuvium goes. Now, I have been pretty bullish on Oath token. I think it's a token that a lot of people have forgotten. I think even I forgot it for a period of time because when I went to go revisit my bag of Oath, what had happened, all liquidity, well, not all liquidity, but majority of the liquidity that was in Oath transitioned from Phantom over to freaking Optimism. And even though you could still get some Oath on Phantom, it's more liquid on Optimism. And let me show you cats what I'm talking about. And this is the Oath token. And my goodness, it is at a fabulous freaking price right now, man. It is at 3 pennies. Now, of course, this chart doesn't give you the full freaking data. I would have to go to an old Phantom chart. I originally aped in on Oath at about 19 cents. So I would possibly, who knows, I might be getting some Hex tomorrow. I'll possibly maybe getting some Hedron and a little bit of Oath. I think Oath is going to do great, but it is recommended that you get Oath on Velodrome, on Optimism. So you have to add the Optimism RPC to your MetaMask in order to freaking get this shit. And I would use it on a condom wallet, cats. I'm not too familiar with Velodrome, but I would use it very carefully. And I would not put any of my most important coins in there. I would simply buy Oath and transition it over to my main MetaMask wallet, having nothing to do with Velodrome. I would wait till Velodrome's a little bit safer. Well, I'm not saying it's not safe, but a little bit more proven before we go ahead and we start attaching our main wallets to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and prep this for you, cats. Get you some Bollinger Bands, get you some moving averages, 1, 2, 3. And this is the workflow I use, guys. Food for thought. For you guys interested in technical analysis, I always get the Bollinger Bands, and then I get 3 moving averages. I make 1 to 50. Here where it says length, I put 50. And then I make the second one. I hit this little gear right here. I make it the 100. And then I make the third one the 200. And this become my 3 areas of support. I use Bollinger Bands and the 3 moving averages on this sucker. So if I take off these Bollinger Bands, what am I seeing? I am currently seeing that about, I think it's the 50 moving average and the 100 moving average are the most evident ones. And they are above my current level right now. If anything, the 100 moving average is at about 35% of about, I think, 3 cents and 50% of a penny. And the 100 moving average is at about 3 pennies and 68% of a penny. So I am hoping that we continue dumping to the downside and we possibly touch over here at about 3 pennies and 26% of another penny. If we go lower than that, of course, I will possibly get a little bit more of Oath. Now, the guys that run this are the Byte Masons, and I remember they had a pretty damn good team. I'm not expecting Beebus to freaking not do something this coming bull run, and I think Oath is probably going to do fabulous. I think it's going to do good. Some people, I think Miguel has called it the alluvium of the Phantom ecosystem, but of course it's migrated over to optimism. So I guess you can argue the point that it can be the alluvium of the optimism network, if anything. I am expecting that as the bull run continues and as we approach higher highs, that probably Oath will possibly come back onto Phantom and we will see a little bit more liquidity. That way we have it on 2 chains. You know what I'm saying? Areas that we do need to compromise, again, is that 3 pennies and 38% of a penny, 3 pennies and 59% of a penny, 3 pennies and 79% of a penny. And then final area we do need to compromise is 4 pennies and 13% of a penny. So food for thought, cats. It is not at a bad place to get some Oath for you cats that have never gotten Oath, if anything. You know what I'm saying? I am bullish on Reaper.farm and the Byte Masons, and I've got a lot of expectations for Oath. Now, mind you, cats, this is a risky play. It is extremely risky for the reason being that there's still no utility to it yet. The guys over there, the Byte Masons, have been very ninjas to what's going on with Oath. And I'm assuming as we approach this bull run, they'll probably start revealing more data. So food for thought, cats. Food for thought. And then we got Mate Seuss. Good morning, Boogie. I am assuming, sir, you are probably on the other side of the world in Europe. Welcome to the channel, amigo. Welcome to the channel. If I haven't told you so, you know what I'm saying? And then we got Siege D. Gotta go. I'll be checking out more of the sick shit later as well as DGen Roundtable. Hey, man, some of the best sources you can get is Miguel, Charlie, DGen Roundtable, and here at the Crypto Boogie channel, man. Thanks for coming by, bro. I appreciate that. All right, cats. What do we got next? Let's check out the gear of the day, man. Let me prep that for you guys. Let me prep the gear of the day. I think it's going to be pretty dope for you cats that like rocking AKs, man. This is a must-have. Let me show you cats what I'm talking about. Bear with me. All right, monkeys, I am back. And of course, let me fix my collar because, hey, you got to look nice when you're rocking that tactical gear and a freaking retro shirt. You know what I'm saying? And this is my AK chest rig, cats. Let me show you what I mean. That's it right there. And of course, I am rocking some freaking, these are some Ishmash Tula, or these are some Ishmash AK mags. And this is a pretty high speed piece of gear. I do like the fact that you've got a lot of room within the mags. So there's play, and it's not difficult to reinsert the mags. This is almost a must-have if you like rocking AKs. Of course, guys, I would never reload from the chest. You never want to reload from the chest. It takes too long to pull up and insert a new mag or rock it into your AK. You always want to reload from the hip. So the chest is just an area that you use to download from into your hip holster for your AK mag or your AR mag that you have there. Now, you can reload from the chest area. Just be advised, your reloads are going to be a lot slower. It's a lot faster to reload from the hip, come back into the rifle, and then rock the freaking mag on there. I would show you guys live, but as per YouTube standards, I can't really do that. I can't hold a live weapon. Maybe I can do it with an airsoft next time, guys. But then that would be pretty damn funny. So let me take this shit off, and I will show you guys where you can get some of these. Now, mind you, this is the US Palm freaking AK rig. They don't make it anymore. So I am glad I got it back in 2011. I am glad I got this sucker back in 2011. That's one of my favorite rigs that I run whenever I'm rocking AKs, monkeys. So let's go over here. And this is a place where you can get some of these rigs right here. And it is called beezcombatsystems.com. BEEZ combatsystems.com. And then you can rock an AK chest rig. Now, I'm not familiar with this one. One of the things that concerns me when I'm looking at these types of rigs is that if there's not a lot of play within the mag area, and it's difficult to insert the mag whenever I have to put a mag away. You know what I mean? Let me show you guys another one. And this is this one over here. And this is from Gadsden Dynamics. You know, like the Gadsden flag, the one that says "Don't tread on me." This is another place where you can get this rig as well. It's called the AK chest rig. Now, mind you, if you guys saw the rig that I was rocking, you saw that we had a little bit more play in this area. Maybe these do. I would do a YouTube review on these. But you want to have an AK chest rig that's got some play, so it's easier to insert your mags and not have a difficult time putting them away. So food for thought, cats. And then it comes in all these cool colors. The Flecktarn. It comes in this multicam black, multicam. I'm digging this freaking. Is that Flecktarn right there? And this OD green. This one looks cool. The Ranger green, if anything. So food for thought, cats. That's where you can get some of your freaking AK rigs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Ascending Man. That AK chest rig is dope, homie. I love it. But again, man, I got to be redundant. You never want to reload from your chest. You know what I'm saying? You never want to reload from your chest. You want to reload from your waist at all times. You know what I'm saying? And then we got Agent J. Excuse me, sir. Where is the chart porn? Hey, we got to go through the gun porn first, homie. We got to go through that gun porn first. You know what I'm saying? Put that on your girl before you go to bed. Hey, that's funny, bro. That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, let's go over to Pulse Chain. Let's see where Pulse Chain goes. Vamos a ver aquí con Pulse Chain, son. Currently, this is what I got on Pulse Chain on the daily. This is what I'm getting on it. The value of Pulse Chain right now is at 3 zeros and a 1112. And it does seem like it is bouncing on this little area of lower support. And let me go ahead and make this line white so you guys can see it a little bit better. There it is. It's a little bit more evident. It does seem like it's bouncing on there. Now, if we activate our moving averages, dude, they're all over the place and they're nowhere close to the current value right now. Now, we did do this 5-portion Elliott wave to the upside, which I love Elliott waves. I think I've gotten pretty good at Elliott waves, if anything. And let me go ahead and delete this ABC wave. But it does seem like we're oscillating sideways. You know Know what I mean? And that usually entails that there's market indecision. If we look at this doji right here, let me draw it up for you cats. This doji right there, that usually entails that we're going to continue oscillating sideways. And it may be that way for the next couple of days. So let's go over to the 20-day cycles to see where we're at right now. It does seem that we hit a low here at about January 23rd, and we are starting a new cycle on it, if anything. So if I grab this sucker and I pull it this way, we're barely on day 3. So if you cats haven't gotten a little bit of pulse chain, I would DCA in lightly just in case if we break into the downside. My gut is telling me we may revisit this yellow area here of about 4 zeros and a 9-9. That would be a good place to get it at. Mind you, overall, from now till 2025, its current value is not at a bad place to buy. Now, we do have this moving average over here, which is a 10-day moving average, acting as an immediate area of resistance. And that is at 1173. So we will need to compromise that area at least by Sunday and stay above it. Hopefully, we can stay here about 3 zeros and a 1-2, and then just stay there, and we would probably oscillate sideways for a little while. But right now, I would DCA lightly into pulse chain if you cats don't have any. But I would not go really, 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 really hard on pulse chain, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Not right now, at least. So that's what I got on pulse chain. Now, let's go over here to a little bit of Hedron, son, because I am bullish on Hedron, homie. Now, look at Hedron's current value. Hedron's current value is at 6 zeros and a 26422. It does seem, man, those are some giant-ass wicks, bro. It does seem like we do want to come revisit the spot over here at about 6 zeros and a 2-2. And that would not surprise me because our longest wick, which was probably the 20-day mark of our last 20-day cycle, was here at about day 16. And it gives us room to still come down here to about 6 zeros and a 2-2. I am hoping we come revisit there. Once I do get some P Hedron tomorrow, I'll probably go light on it, if anything, in hopes that we do come down here to about 6 zeros and a 2-2. So I am expecting it to possibly run to the downside right there. Now, let's activate our moving averages, see where we're currently at right now. And the closest one we have as support may be this area at 6 zeros and a 2-4. And that would be the 200 moving average. So food for thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. Areas that we do need to compromise in order for us to be bullish again, we would have to come back up over here to about 6 zeros and a 3-0. And once we compromise that area and maintain that spot, I think we'll be a little bit safer if it does rally to the upside. But I am hoping that we come down here, as stated, being redundant over here to about 6 zeros and a 2-3, monkeys. That's what I'm hoping for. Know what I'm saying? And that is the data I have right now. Let's look at the freaking chat. Looks like an ABC on my end as well. B wave incoming. Hey, man, I'm hoping so, bro. The C wave, let's go back over there, man. Did I shut it down? Yeah, I think. Well, let me check. Let me go ahead and reactivate this sucker. Get you guys a little bit of freaking Hedron, son, because I am bullish on Hedron, homie, especially the P side. You know what I'm saying? And I know Ascending Man knows a shitload about freaking Hedron. Let's see, where did I have it at? There it is. And here is the Hedron chart again. Let me just shut this one down. Boom. Oh, I think you were talking about pulse chain, homie. I think that's what you're talking about. But yeah, Hedron, I'm hoping it comes down here so we can get a little bit of that, man, at that price. That's a value I do want to get some freaking Hedron. And look what we have here. We got frequency flow skateboards. Hey, what's up, amigo? How you doing, dude? I think this is the first time I've ever seen you on stream, bro. I've chatted with you before on freaking Telegram and stuff like that. Will you ever go over liquidity pools? Yeah, I think I will. Once I'm a little bit more bullish on them, man. Once I start hopping into liquidity pools, you guys will know, because usually for me to hop into liquidity pools, shit has to be really hot, bro. Shit has to be really hot because, again, man, I am super busy, bro, with boxing, work, my business, and then this YouTube channel, then checking out the freaking markets and everything else. So shit has to be really, really hot, man, in order for me to start aping into liquidity pools, because you got to keep your eye on the liquidity pools. That way you don't get freaking impermanent loss. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I will definitely cover LPs. I think I've done that before, man, in older videos when P rate was hot. If you guys remember that, man, which is a fork off tomb shares. You know what I'm saying? I concur, large and in charge. Liquidity pools, welcome to a whole new world. Damn straight, son. Damn straight. All right, cats. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed the stream. Do me a favor, like the video, share the video, help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will possibly be back here on Saturday. So, and I'll probably do it before Miguel goes live on air on Fresh and Fit. You know what I'm saying? Because I do know he does do the late night edition, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, cats, I will try to be back here on Saturday, if not Sunday. You guys enjoy your weekend. Again, like my video, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.